Okay, so I know there are people that are just like me that are so fed up with this game. I've seen some of the comments and stuff. We get ripped off all the time. Um, I have hopefully figured it out a little bit. I'm not saying I'm the greatest or anything. I'm still playing on All American. I'm not gonna want to kill myself from playing Heisman difficulty. All American was hard enough, and with the rip-offs and everything, until they get the kinks worked out, I'm not even gonna test Heisman unless I start killing teams all the time. But I'm gonna try my best to help anybody who has had the same troubles as me and the tackling and how to play defense or how to play offense, because it's really frustrating. And anybody who needs the tips and tricks, I'm going to post this video and hopefully this helps. The very first thing that I did, me and my brother have a season going, and he's got Colorado and I've got Auburn. I did decent with them. It wasn't really struggling too much, but still was having close games and stuff and having a bunch of rip-offs. And then we had some other seasons with some bad teams, and it's really hard to use shitty teams on here whenever you're trying to face good teams, and then you have to make a tough schedule in order to have a strength of schedule to make the playoffs. So it got really difficult, and I ended up quitting those seasons, and I was out of it. I started my own season. Of course, I got the one with my Vols, and then I've got one that I'm using with Miami, and I posted that video of Miami versus Florida. What helped me was Miami already had a great playbook, but before I even went into that game, I went into training and went into open practice. And this is practice makes perfect, and you never had to do this on any of the other games, but Madden released games every single year, and then they use the same controls for this game as they use on Madden. And they don't tell you how to play this game. So they just assume that everybody who is going to be playing this college football game has already played Madden for the last 10 years. That's not true. I know so many people who haven't bought Madden in 10 years. So they just waited till the next college football game. Well, there are things they don't tell you, like holding L1 throws a high pass. It throws it up towards their head. Holding L2 throws it low towards their legs. So you can use things like that to keep the ball from getting intercepted. My brother uses classic passing. I think that has killed his passing because he didn't give himself time to use revamp. Not trying to call you out, bro, if you see this video or anything. Just an example. So, like, I kept revamped passing. I kept everything that was supposed to just naturally. They made the game that way because that's the way it was intended to be played. I don't mess with sliders. I think that's cheating the game. I think that however they release the game is the way that it should be played. The only thing that I have changed is my camera angle. And you notice I play with the zoomed out view. It's called all 22. I only do that for offense. I keep the defensive camera view as standard. But the offense, if you guys will go in and change your view, it takes a second to get used to. But when you run the football, you can see the entire field so much better. Where I use the Tennessee Volunteers, they run the spread formations. So you've got wide receivers that are almost touching the sidelines, and you can't see them. You don't know if they're open on screen plays. You don't know if they're open down on streaks most of the time because the camera is not zoomed out far enough. So as long as you change your camera view to all 22 in your settings, or when you're in the game, just press your D-pad down until it zooms out to where you can see your receivers. It will change your game tremendously. So anyway, once you do that, the best thing to do is whatever team that you plan on using for the season. So for instance, we'll say Auburn. I've got the Auburn Tigers. Go into practice mode, click normal, go to normal practice. That way you've got a defense to practice against. So I'll go over here to Auburn. And anybody who doesn't know, obviously this might be common knowledge, you can see at the bottom, but L1 and R1 will advance your teams alphabetically, so you don't have to just press up and cycle through and take forever. But alright, so we'll get Auburn, and then I usually go over here. I want to play Florida. I already played them. Drain the Swamp. So we'll play BYU. I just randomized it. Alright, 80 overall, whatever. And And I'll tell you what, actually, let's just go to somebody who's even with us. Let's go to somebody who has an 85 defense. We'll do that, Colorado. That's ironic. That's the two teams that me and my brother are using on the season. But all right, so I'm gonna go here, and then you team settings. Auburn runs their regular Auburn offense, 3-3-5 tight defense. I'm keeping all that the same. Now this is the best thing that truly helped me offensively. Okay, so when you're in here, there's no coach suggestions. So this is you're all on your own from right here. But the great thing about it is you have all the time in the world. You don't have a play clock that's running down and rushing you to get through the game. So just go into here, go to your formation. Click on the very first formation. You've got gun, split, slot, offset. So I'm going to click on that. All right, now I'm looking at all these plays. I'm going to look through, and if there's a certain play that piques my interest, I'm going to check it out. You already see right there where on X, motion, triple option right. I've got that starred, so I've already got it favorited. If you go through and you pick these plays and you practice them and you end up really liking a play, then you can favorite it. However, don't do it in this practice mode, because if you add it to your favorites in practice, it's only going to keep it on your favorites during practice mode. It's some kind of bug or something in the game, or they meant to do that, I don't know. So what I did was if I practice a play and I like it, then I will write it down on a notepad or in your notepad on your phone, whatever you need to do. Write it down, and then when you actually get into the game, you'll know what formation to go to the play, double tap the button to favorite, and then it's saved on your favorites for the rest of the game, for the rest of your season, whatever. And then you don't have to worry about it from then on. So obviously if you write down 30 plays, you can't favorite them all by the time the play clock runs out. So when you go into your first formation and you favorite your first play, go ahead and run that play. And then if you don't like what the defense is showing you, audible to a different play from your audibles. So let's say this motion triple option right. I like this play. It's one of my favorites. All right, I picked the play. Now I get to pick the defensive formation. Well, if I know what they're going to run, then that's kind of, easy, right? So what I do is you can see down there at the bottom, it says click your L3 button for a random play. So I'm going to click that, and I have no idea what type of defense they're running at all. You can see, I can't see the defense. So this is the motion option play. I'm going to run this play. You need to read the defensive end. If the defensive end stays where he's at, then you just don't press anything. Just let him hand the ball off, and then whenever your running back gets the ball, you try to find the hole and run for it. If that defensive end crashes in like he's running towards the inside of number 72 right here, then I'm going to press. You can tap X. You don't even actually have to hold it. You can just tap it, and my quarterback will keep the ball, and then after I keep the ball, once I run to the edge, you see where the P is, that's the pitched guy. So if that P guy, if he comes down and he's getting ready to hit my quarterback, then I can just tap L1 to quickly pitch it to my running back. So here we go. There how I pitched it. It was horrible. That was a bad read. That's on me. That's completely on me. Because as you've seen, the defensive end, he stopped. He stopped exactly where he was at. I should have handed that ball. So this might be a situation right here. It's a different defensive look. See how far in that defensive end is? The one with the R. The R means read. The M means mock. That's your mock linebacker. That's your main linebacker for this play. And then you've got your P is the guy that if he tackles you, you need to pitch the ball before he tackles you. But you see how far in the R is playing? That defensive end so far in that he's more than likely going to be playing on the run right here. So I'm going to keep this with the quarterback, and as soon as the P guy comes down to tackle me, I'm going to pitch it. Oh my gosh. Making a fool out of myself over here. I really didn't think he would come after the quarterback. But this is the whole point of practicing, right? You're practicing these plays over and over, because you do that in a game, you just fumbled the ball 2 times, and they probably went down and scored. They've, got good field position, whatever the case may be. So you just keep practicing these plays. From this formation right here, though, You also need to read other parts of the defense. You need to read these three linebackers in the middle. You got to read. There's one safety up top. They're playing the run right here, or at least they look like they are. They've got one safety back. That's it. So they've got three linebackers. They're probably going to be blitzing all three of those linebackers. In this situation, if I hand the ball off to R1, to Cobb, then those three linebackers are going to smash him. So in this situation, I probably should keep the ball with the quarterback and try to pitch it a little quickly, but I still have to read the defensive end. I have to. See, I kept it, pitch it, get the edge, Hunter. There you go. And there's no juke, like you really rarely do have to juke on this game because it's all about breakaway speed or about just using your left stick to cut. You seen right there, I didn't juke or anything. All I did was once I got around the edge, he over pursued on his tackle. So as soon as I was able to get around him, I just used my left stick and cut directly up the field. I didn't have to juke, nothing like that. See, that was just a great play. I probably still could have pitched out of that too. I just chose not to. That was a great play by the defense. Now they're running a whole new defensive look. Looks like they got two safeties back. Now you can see how far that the defensive end is playing right here. So he's playing back that far. He's probably going to stop where he's at. But if he crashes down, I'm keeping the ball with the quarterback, and then I've got an option to pitch it. He stayed back, hand the ball off. Find the hole, get you a few yards. You know, everybody wants to make perfect splash plays and, you know, get 20 yards every play. That's not how football works. If you want it to be realistic and competitive, you got to take your 3-4 yards of carry sometimes. And, hey, at the end of the day, 4 yards of carry is going to get you a first down if you run the ball 3 times in a row. So you're okay. And eventually the big plays will come. So let's see here. You've seen how at the beginning of this play that safety cheated down. That safety come out. Usually whenever computer does that, it's a blitz. So that safety is probably going to blitz. So this is a situation where I have to hand the ball off to Cobb. Have to. And there it is. Look at the hole. There's a juke. Just got to make the reads. And you can see with my camera view, I can see the whole field. Guys, when you get the game, I'm pretty sure this right here is the standard view. It could be this one. They're not really. Maybe it is. It's this one right here. This one is your standard camera view when you play the game. Look at this. I cannot even see my circle or my square receiver. That is taking away 2 of your receivers. If you're Tennessee, those receivers will play outside of the numbers. They're playing almost near the sideline. So you're taking away your options to be able to see your receivers. And if you're running a wide receiver screen and you throw to them, it's just a guessing game. You can't see if they're open or not. So if you try to throw it and they jump the route, that's a pick six. It's an interception for a touchdown all day. So this view right here, zooming out and being able to see your entire field, makes the world of difference on this game. So now, we'll do this one more play. I'll go pick another one. Try not to drag on forever. But all right, we got read option here. Pocket. Keeping it. Pitch it. If I have a mobile quarterback in that situation, probably going to keep that with the quarterback and run with it. Peyton Thorne, he's not really that fast on Auburn. So once you're done with your play, just hit your middle button, your middle pad, and it'll go back out to a different play. So, okay, I've already got that favorited. So once you're going through, you can practice different plays. That's all the plays I have out of this formation, a split slot offset. So I press R1 and go to the next one. Now this is the play I haven't favorited, but I'm about to because it is one of the greatest plays in the entire game. Mesh spot. Any plays that you guys have in your playbook that has these crossing routes right here, where the tight end will cross and the wide receiver in the slot right here are going to cross. There are other formations. You might have wide receivers crossing each other. Regardless, favorite that play, use it. I'm about to show you why. I'm going to go ahead and favorite that. Now I'm going to select it. And now, once again, I don't want to know what type of defense they're running. So I'm going to click L3 for a random play. All right. You can see I don't care about anybody else. The only situation I might care about is Hunter coming out of the backfield on the wheel. If I look to my right side and I see this star safety, if I see him blitzing, I might peek over there towards Hunter to see if he's wide open. But my main focus is on Coleman and Frazier because they're going to cross up. Now, you've seen I've posted videos of where I was getting ripped off ridiculously because they'll go to cross each other and they'll bump into each other. And that's something I hope that EA can fix. But that's just something that happens. But still yet, 9 times out of 10, this play is going to work. You just have to, once again, you're seeing one safety's up, right? More than likely, there's only one safety back there. They're playing the run right here, so they're probably blitzing. If these 3 linebackers blitz, you need to watch them because as soon as I hike the ball, then you need to figure out which one in the middle is going to be open. Is it going to be triangle? Is it going to be X? And it's going to be based off of which way that they move, left or right, once the linebackers blitz. And it's X. And then, once again, that's 5-6 yards is what it is. Now you can see the safety just cheated up. He's always blitzing. When it comes to computer, human players can, if they're really good with mixing their blitzes and their disguise and their defense really well, then that's really good that they can do that. But when computer does that, they are always blitzing. So that safety's cheating up. So we already know that this defensive end and this safety's probably cheating. X will probably be open again, but you just got to watch what they do. Watch the field. He's open. And that's a touchdown, baby. And once again, that's where this revamped passing, you just have to go in and practice it. You have to get used to it. This is a man up 3 deep. That's a given. This right here is a random defensive play they selected, but it's obviously man up 3 deep because that's the only time you're running 3 safeties back like that. So they're going to be protecting the deep pass. So this will probably be anybody on underneath routes. Circle will probably be wide open. Let's see. Coleman's wide open. Look at that. It's just things like that, man. So now you'll call timeout. I know I love that play, so I know I favorited that play. Don't do it in your actual practice mode because I did that earlier and I wasted a lot of time because I favorited it. But then once I went in to favorite that play, I went in to actually use it during the game, and it still had all my regular favorites that I had from when I played the game before. So for some reason, it only saves your favorites on this game. It only does it in practice mode for that mode. So, just go ahead and pick your play. So, I obviously know that's a glitch, too. It doesn't let you select the play, or sometimes it just automatically selects it. So, I know I'm in wing slot offset. So, what I would do is I will write down on your notepad or whatever you need to do, just write down wing slot offset, and then I put like a little dash, and then put mesh spot. And then that way I know I've got that written down. Once I go back into my plays, or my actual gameplay, then I'm going to go ahead and jump over to this formation, double tap square, and you can see it start it, and then you save it to your favorites. But once again, only do it in game because that's the only way it'll actually save it to your favorites permanently. So you just do that, guys. Just keep running different things. Anything that looks appealing to you, go to different formations. So I'm going to go over here to Y doubles Y off. Okay. So that RPO peak slant, something I practiced with Miami earlier. I love this play. There are multiple plays like this from a formation, so you need to find out which formation is the best. For me, the one I loved with Miami was the tight end didn't have a route. They had actually 2 wide receivers that were on a route, and the one wide receiver runs a streak on the right side, and then you've got R1 right there, just like it is for Auburn, right over the middle. So these plays are nice. Random defensive play. All right, so from here, you're watching if they're blitzing. Who cares about the safeties? None of that matters with this play right here because it's either hand the ball off or throw it to circle. Now, I'm watching the pitch man. That's the reason that P's above him, is because if you see him crash down like he's going to be blitzing or he's playing against the run, then circle should be wide open over the middle. And there he was. You seen him crash down. You seen as soon as I hiked the ball, you seen that he took off running straight down towards the running back, so circle's wide open. Go again. He did it again. Oh, bad throw. That's on me. And guess what? R1 was wide open out there. So what had happened is from that whatever play they were running, whatever defensive play, whenever that linebacker blitzed, then this other corner over here, that's probably their other linebacker. He stayed with circle. He stayed in front of him. So that means R1 was wide open over here to the end. That's a bad read on my. That's on me. And I did it again. But this is what practice is for, guys. This is exactly what practice is for. Now you hand it off. Oh, what a juke. Get off of me. Jarquez Hunter is so good. I'm on my second season with Auburn with me and my brother, and he's a senior, so he graduated, and it sucks not having him. See, right there, I should have threw that ball because you seen the linebacker blitzed. So we're watching that middle linebacker, the P. If he crashes, throw it. He didn't, keep it. And look at the view. You see, being able to see the whole field right there, I probably would have ran up towards the middle if I was zoomed in. But because whenever I actually seen the hole, I seen my two wide receivers had their blocks held, so I was able to actually run to the outside. The view is whatever you do with your plays, and you might prefer to run different plays, but guys, I'm telling you, this view is a game changer. It truly, truly is. Run it again. Look at that cutback. The cutback lanes are so great on here. So great. Uh-oh, looks like we got a blitz. Now this is what you got to watch out for. Okay, there's no P on here. So this is a situation where you've seen the safety crash up. You see these two linebackers right here. They're up on the line. They look like they're blitzing. They may not. So you have to watch them. But if all of these guys that's on the defensive line come running at me, I'm hitting circle, and that's one-on-one all day. All day. And it's Cam Coleman, and he's the man. So things like that. Anyway, that's pretty much the gist of it. Pick whatever plays you like. Make sure to write them down. Write down the formation. Write down the name of the play. Then when you actually go into your game, then go into the formation and go to the play and double click the button to favorite it, and then it will save it to your favorites permanently. As far as defense goes, listen, it's cheesy, it's stupid, but it's all about cover three. Cover three, cover three, cover three, cover three, all day, every day. If, let me see, flip sides here. All right, I'm going to pick a random play for them to call. It's going to be random. All right, I'm going to go into nickel. I'm going to pick cover three sky, but guess what, guys? I'm going to audible. Why did it do that? That's interesting. It's not. Why can you not practice defense on here? Move the line of scrimmage and try to see if it'll do it that way. I've not actually practiced defense on here, so here we go. Yeah, you just had to move the line of scrimmage apparently. Alright, so let's just go back into nickel, cover three, and then they're going to run a random play because I don't want to know what they're running. So now I'm going to audible to a cover three. Even if I pick cover three, audible to a cover three. Switch to him right there. As soon as he threw the ball, I press circle to switch to him. Audible to cover three. Switch. Right there's a situation where I tried the big hit. Only use your hit stick if you have them lined up. and you know for a fact that you can hit stick. Otherwise, press X for conservative tackle. That's a good play. Good play on their part. And you're going to give up some yards because the biggest thing about it is when you're running a zone coverage, you're giving cushion. So you're going to give a few yards. The biggest thing about it is when you've got a 2nd and 2, or if you see their formation and they're running 2 wide receivers, if they show they're running 2 wide receivers, then you need to audible, pick any play, and then audible to a blitz. And on your audibles, it's always going to be triangle. See there? They ran the play. They ran an option. I was all over it because I audible to a blitz. So right here, they look like they're running again. So I'm audible into a blitz. And they didn't. I'm going to pull back. Oh, they're running a screenplay. Press X right here. See, I ain't worried about big hitting him. Because if I try to big hit him, he's going to run right by me and go for a touchdown or a first down or whatever. But I just pressed X to do a conservative tackle. You only need to flick your hit stick if you are right centered up with them, squared up, flick the stick, and knock the piss out of them. But most of the time, guys, pressing X to do a conservative tackle is the best thing. And as far as you just keep doing that, you keep running. If you hold them to a 3rd and long, so if you got a 1st and 10, and then they get 2 yards on you running the ball, whatever, it's a 2nd and 8. Then if they're in 2 wide receiver formation, then you pick any play, audible to a blitz, because if they got 2 wide receivers, more than likely they're going to be running it. So audible to a blitz. Once you audible to a blitz, let's say they do run it, you get a stop again. Now it's 3rd and 8. They didn't get any yards. It's 3rd and 8. So now pick any play, audible to a cover 3. Most of the time you're going to be playing on your defensive line. That's the best thing to do to try to get pressure on the quarterback, play the defensive line until you get to a 3rd and long. Once you get to a 3rd and long, let me see if I can respot the ball. I've not done this that much. I guess it doesn't matter. You can't put them in a 3rd and long. You can just move the ball different places. Okay. So I'm going to move the ball here, and I'm going to go to a cover 3, and I'm going to play right here because there's 2 wide receivers on this side. I'm going to play him right here, and I'm going to stay in the middle of the field. Okay, is it glitched? He's not hiking the ball. But that's actually good. I'm glad. So in this situation, let's pretend like it's 3rd and 15. Then if it's 3rd and 15, and I know for a fact they're passing, I'm going to take my chances with Travis Hunter on the left over here because there's 2 defenders already over there with him. So we've got a situation where number 5 and number 10 are over here on the right side. So I'm going to switch to this linebacker or the star player, and I'm going to stay in the middle. And then he threw it to the left, and we had help over there, so it was fine. Cover 3. Now I'm going to switch to this one since there's 2 wide receivers on the left side. And I'm going to stay right here in the middle. See that how I'm following him? And he threw it underneath, didn't even make the catch. So that right there, only when it's 3rd down, if you do that, then most of the time it completely messes them up. The computer doesn't know how to register that area of the field that you're playing, and because if you notice, if it's ever a 3rd and 8 or something like that, and you run a cover 3 or any kind of zone, they throw it over the middle. Most of the time, the middle is always open for them. And if they ever throw it to the sideline, then they're either running out of bounds before they get a first down, or they overthrow, miss a catch, intentional grounding from the pocket, whatever the case may be. So use your defensive line on 1st and 2nd down. Try to pressure the quarterback. Try to stop the run. If you see they're running 2 wide receivers, make sure you audible to a blitz. If they're running 3 wide receivers or 4 wide receivers, always, always, always audible to a cover 3. And then if you hold them to a 3rd and long, 3rd and 5 or more, switch to the linebacker or the corner that is closest to the 2 receivers on a certain side, and then just stay with them. Stay with that middle area. Just keep with them. And then you're gonna play fantastic defense. I hope that made sense. I know I'm a country bumpkin. I hope like hell that helped. Just make sure to go in and practice. Keep your revamped passing. Just change your view to all 22. and go in and just practice, man. Just go into your practice mode. Allen Iverson talked about. We're talking about practicing. I'm going to stay on this side because there's 2 wide receivers to the left. We're going to pretend like it's 3rd and long. Beautiful. See right there, I pressed X. Didn't even hit stick. I pressed X to do a regular tackle. Going to stay on this side again. It's 3rd and long. What are they going to do? Might be running a jet sweep. Oh, no, he fooled me. And see what happened? I just assumed he was running jet sweep, and I took my guy and moved him out of that zone. The middle was wide open. That was completely on me. But if it's 1st and 2nd down, stay with him. He threw it underneath. They got fast guys. I'll take it. It's not a big touchdown play. It's not a splash play. It's got some yards. Big deal. Maybe I'll get a turnover in a second. Play the defensive line if it's 1st down. Switch to him, press X. I wasn't lined up enough with him to hit stick him, so I pressed X to do a conservative tackle, and he didn't gain any yards. Audible to a cover 3. Let's go. Looks like they're running a wildcat. They are. Beautiful play. I didn't notice it till just the last second, but if I had gotten my position in time, I probably could have stopped them. See how they're in the pistol? They're probably running right here. I'm trying to cheat up here. Okay. It's the first time I played defense, actually, on practice mode, so a little glitchy it seems to be. Oh well. Let's pretend like it's 3rd and long. I'm going to go ahead and audible to cover 3. Now I'm going to play with Asante right here in the middle because they got 3 wide receivers on that side. So I need to protect this middle. Protect the middle. Protect the middle. Underneath route. If that's 3rd and long right there, they might be close to a 1st down, but they might not get it. So that's just, man, guys, I'm telling you, I cussed this game. I was on the verge of tears playing this game. I went in. I got tired of struggling, because I know football. And any of you who know how to play football or you know the game well enough to where you should not be losing, dude, change your view to all 22 on offense. On defense, cover 3, cover 3, cover 3. Just no, pick any play, and then audible to a cover 3. And if they're running 2 wide receivers, blitz. Otherwise, on offense, go into and practice, man. Just go into your formations, figure out which plays you like the best, run those plays against all kinds of different random defenses, and then go into the actual game. Favorite those plays, and it will change your season completely. I went from hating this game to absolutely loving this game. I'm still posting every single ripoff because EA needs to get exposed and they need to fix this, and hopefully they're on the right track. The only way to cheese the game on defense is cover 3, cover 3. And if you don't allow points, you're gonna win. Like, even if you still struggle a little bit on offense, if I allowed 13 points in Florida against a 6-1 Florida team with Miami. So, you're as long as you're playing great defense, you're still going to win games, and then the offense will come along. But if you just try to do that, see if it helps you. I hope it does. And, if 4 people watch this video, then hopefully it helps. But just let me know whatever it does for you guys, if it helps you out or if it sucks or whatever. But I'm trying to help you because I know if you were in the situation I was in, it sucked thinking that you know how to play football and you just can't do what you're trying to do. The characters won't do what they're supposed to do, and that's the best way that I found to play the game so far. So I'll upload more videos. I'll try to upload full gameplay and explain some things during the actual game because it's a lot different when you're on the field and you've got 100,000 fans screaming at you. So hopefully mixed with this, you watch this video, it helps, and then try to take that into the game, and I'll post that, and you guys can check it out. So, deuces.